So, good evening, gentlemen. As per the schedule, we'll be having our PPDT session. Giving a general introduction about the PPDT session, it stands for Picture Perception and Description Test and Discussion Test. 1 minute. So, it is the second test which is conducted on the screening day. After your OIR, the batch is taken for the PPDT. There you are shown a picture. You need to perceive it in 30 seconds, and then you are provided a sheet of paper. You need to write your story in it. Along with it, in that sheet of paper, you will find a square box which you are ordered to write the characters which you perceived in the picture, their age and their mood. Also, there is an action word is written wherein you need to write the action of your story. So I'll be sharing the picture with you for 30 seconds in the group, as well as I'll be sharing it here. After that, for 4 minutes we'll write the story, and then again 5 minutes will be given for us to prepare the story. So after 5 minutes, since there are only 14 of us, we all can have one discussion wherein the main point is to make for the entire group to come at one specific story. So if everyone is ready, then I can start.
Yeah, why not?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, I'll be sending the photo in the group as well as sharing it here.
So, brother, we have to write down the story in our notebook only.
Yes, in the notebook itself. So is it visible? Okay, so the 30 seconds timer has been started. The 30 seconds are over, so I'll be stop the screen share. Now, in the next 4 minutes, we need to write the story and we'll meet back again. So the 4 minutes for writing the story are over. Now I'll be like, if anyone can like, any one of you can suggest like how much time do they need for preparation? Is 5 minutes enough?
Yes, yes. I think 5 minutes are more than enough.
Okay, so we'll come back, meet again at 9:53. Also, it is advised that we are not allowed to look at the paper. Okay, no problem, Shub. If you are ready with the story, then you can go at the last. But still, if you think you just need to spectate, then no problem. Also, it is advised that we should not look at the story again because we are requested to fold our paper, and in order to give a better narration, it is always advised that we recite the story and narrate the story again and again in our mind so that we can have a confident and clear narration. And the narration, I'll be conducting like I'll take out the name alphabet wise, and as soon as the last person stops, we can start with the discussion. No, the narration is yet to be start. We'll start at 9:53, just 1 minute from now. So we can start with our individual narrations. Also, it is advised that please keep your turn your camera on if possible during the narration so that we can keep the session more interactive, and also to turn the camera on during the discussion. So, as discussed, we will be going alphabet wise. Uh, so first will be me. Then I'll take out the names. Also, as soon as the 1 minute clock strikes, I will interrupt you because at the actual SSB also it is advised that we complete the story within like 40, 50 or 55 seconds. So starting with me, I'll be first going first, and after that Akash, Dev, Ankit, Kumar, and so on. So I'll be starting. 3, 2, 1. Go. Gentlemen, in this picture I perceive four characters: an injured person, two nurses, and one Raj, 22 years old, in a neutral mood. He is the main character of my story. Action is saving the injured rioter. Raj was on his final rounds of his MBBS last year in the emergency ward. Once a, an injured rioter was brought to him who had got hit by a bullet in his arm. Raj did not panic. He knew that his actions could help the injured person. So first he started by getting the stretcher for him, shifted him to the operation theater, informed the higher authorities of the hospital to the of the about the operation. Even though it was his first time and he had practiced on the cadavers and on the theoretical knowledge, but he kept his calm and conducted the operation successfully. He was able to save the life of the man. Thank you.
From the given picture, I perceive four characters, three male and one female. The age group of all characters around 18 to 45. Mood of my character is positive. Action of my story is admitting neighbor auntie to hospital. Abhishek, 18, he was science student. One day when he was going school, then he noticed that neighbor auntie fallen on the ground unconsciously. Then he immediately called his parents, and with the help of parents, he admitted to uh, neighbor at the hospital. Then he told to his father, fulfill all the formalities of hospital as soon as possible. After the 15 minutes, operation started, and after 1 hour, auntie in the conscious mood, and he also informed to the uncle, and then he leave the hospital and attend rest of the classes. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I perceived four characters in the story. All are male, all are in poverty mood, and their age is around 22 to 25 years old. Action of my story is treatment to the infected person is going on. And my story is Rohan is a founder of NGO group named Youth Care in Gwalior. The main work of this NGO is to provide treatment, food, and shelter to the beggars, which are laid unconscious on the footpath. And for the treatment, they take them to the nearby government hospital in the government ambulance. And under the different government schemes, they provide them food, shelters for their better life. And with this, they save the poor person, and after it, they skill them to do to make capable for doing some job. Thank you.
Next is Aryan Srivastav.
Good evening, guys. I have perceived four characters in my story. All four of them were male. One is of age group 20 years, and others three were of the age group 30 to 35. All of them were in a positive mood. So my story goes like Aman was a BTech first year student who was returning from his fresher party, and he saw that there were two thieves who were trying to cut the pocket of a guard of a showroom who was sleeping to get the keys of the entrance of the showroom so that they can enter and make a loot in the showroom. He quickly aimed to stop the situation. He called the police, and also when thieves make a successful entrance in the showroom, he quickly went and wakes up the guard, and also collected some local peoples, and guard with the gun stops thieves to make the loot, and after that police has came, and this way he stops the situation. Thank you, gentlemen.
Friends, I perceive four male character. Mood is neutral and negative. Achilles is 39-year-old and 39-year-old experienced doctor, live in a city. He got a call from nearby village and got information that one man is injured by the bullet in the time of robbery. So he went there with his team, and he meanwhile he informed the police also. He completed the surgery, and due to his good relation with villagers, he convinced all the villagers to file the FIR against the robber. With the help of villagers, police were able to caught the goons. Thank you.
Next is Jyoti Rawat.
I have perceived four main characters in the picture, and all of them are male. The age is around 20 to 45, and the mood is positive. And the action of my story is saving this a security guard of a bank. So story goes like this: Ram was walking across the bank where he saw suddenly a security guard is collapsing, and he went there and started CPR. Where he shouted someone to call an ambulance. Luckily, there was a experienced doctor available in the bank. He came out and helped and took over the security guard, where he realized that he was having a pressure in his chest. So he tried to use a small knife, which was sterilized by the hand sanitizer, and pinched a small hole near his chest, which released the pressure of his chest, and then transferred him to the hospital where he survived. Thank you.
So in this picture, I see the four character of the male, and the mood of this picture is positive, and the age is around 20 to 25, and the action is helping the bullet shot person. So Rohit is a working professional in the city. One day, the thief has entered and shot the guard. He took the guard to the hospital, and he informed the family members of him, and in the hospital he filled all the document procedure, and what medicine that is required he bring, and the treatment was successful, and the guard thanks the Rohit. Thank you.
Uh, Prashant, are you there?
Yes, yes, Manju.
Okay, so you can.
Shall I narrate?
Yeah, please.
From the picture, I perceive four characters, four males. The three persons' age is around 30 years, and a person's age is 17 years. Amit is a 17-year-old student. He lives in a forest area. Uh, After midnight, he heard a person shouting near his house. The person is attacked by death. He immediately rushed to the person. With the help of his father, he brought the person to his house, gave him some first aid, and they immediately took the person to a nearby doctor. The doctor performed a required medical surgery and saved the person's life. Thank you.
Hello everyone. In the picture, I perceive four male characters in the age group of 18 to 50 years. The mood is neutral. The main character of my story is Sumit, age around 30 years. My story goes like this. Sumit belonged to the Gurkha Rifles Regiment and was posted in Kashmir. One day, while on regular rounds, his unit came under heavy fire from a group of terrorists hidden inside a house. The group quickly took positions and fought back. Sumit crawled ahead and was successful in eliminating one of the terrorists. While engaging with other terrorists, he was shot. He was rescued by his buddy and admitted to the base hospital where doctors operated on him. Sumit's condition was critical. While being operated, young Sumit came to his dream full of passion to join the forces. Sumit fought back. He gained consciousness, and after rehabilitation, he joined this unit. Thank you.
Who is next?
Shrestha Suyo.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
In the picture, I perceive 22-year male as the main character and two other male, 30-year-old and 50-year-old. The mood of my story is positive. The action of my story is assisting a senior doctor in a surgery. Arnav is finally a medical student who comes from a remote village and was motivated to become a doctor by a local surgeon. He studied really hard and earned his scholarship to the medical seat. He was an extraordinary student and was inducted as a assistant by a well-known cardiologist. He worked under the cardiologist for the next 10 years and himself became a renowned cardiologist. He did immense contribution to the field of cardiology and gave treatment at affordable prices. Thank you.
Shreya Sharma.
Jai Hind everyone. In the given picture, I have perceived four characters. Uh, all are in neutral mode. The main character of my story is Abhi, who is 23 years old, who will appear for his MBBS exam and has started his preparation. He is very hardworking and dedicated towards his study. And for this, every day he visited his uncle's medical office to get more information about the course. While coming to his office, he saw accident took place. He brought that patient to his clinic and got that patient treated. And the person is totally fit now. Thank you.
Who's next?
Shubh, Shubh, this is your turn.
Sorry, gentlemen, I can't make story. Nothing come to my mind.
Okay, last one is Wish.
Wish
Am
Kamal.
I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. My main character of the story is Ajay, S26 in neutral mode, who is the forest guard. He was informed of a tiger attack at a village where it brutally injured a man. The villagers were successful at evading the tiger by firing some shots in the air and provided the first aid to the injured man. Ajay immediately informed to the authorities about the attack and also called for the emergency help for the injured man. The man was saved, and later the tiger was also catched by the forest securities. That's it.
Okay, we all start with narration.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we all perceive four characters. Most of the perceive four male characters. So, according to my opinion, perfect theme of the story is admitting a person to the nearest hospital.
Adding one more point to the
Agreeing to
Akashdeep
Akash,
statement,
I
there
would
are
like to mention that
four
our
people,
main
and one
character
more
will
thing
be
we can.
a doctor or a surgeon who is practicing and could provided first aid immediately and then admitted him to the hospital.
Coming to
And we
And
can
Shreya's
we,
also go with the
husband, I would
theme
okay,
that
like to
the
add
central
that
character that was shown is a
it's
little old
visible
guy.
that while two persons are operating on an individual, one other person isn't operating. Like, so I would like to add here that we have also seen some stories where a person is admitting, say, a guard who has been injured. Like Aryan's
but
story was about a
okay, okay,
fresher, about a person who coming from a party, he saw an injured guard and admitted him. That's
okay.
what is more plausible.
We
Mostly
all
Adding
in
with Shraddha,
cases
perceive.
the
adding one more
person
point
is
that
Okay,
we can go
injured.
with the theme
So I
that
think
friends,
he
I
is a
we
perceive
should add that.
one character in the school dress because he is wearing coat and he looks like a student. So we can take that he is the main character because two surgeons are working on the patient.
yes, like we can
So
take our main central character as a surgeon, like he is a very little guy. So we can go with that. He's a student coming with a party or something, like
Okay,
he's
I
wearing a
agree with
We can
one thing
take
Akash.
I would like
What
to
we
one
can
either
thing
do
I would
is
the
like
we
to add
should
is
student
that
that
we
student
have
becomes a
variety of
make
surgeon,
the
themes
or
main
here, right?
character as the
the
student.
One thing I
he's
would
an
like to
assist.
add that
He's the
we
main
have a
character who has bought
Guys,
variety
as
the
of
we are
themes here.
discussing about the
We
theme,
have
but
variety of
one
themes
thing
here.
which I pointed in the picture is there is a gun, a rifle in the picture which
Yeah,
is
so
shown
that
to
can be
me.
agreeing with
associated
If
with
you
Avantika.
the
all
That's why
agree
I
on
saying
that,
that there
so
is
I
a guard
think
Actually,
sleeping.
that's not a
one theme is
rifle.
narrated by
That
Krish.
is,
It was really
uh,
good that a
uh,
man was attacked
One
by
thing I
a
would like to
tiger
point
and
out
the other
that
took him to the surgeon. So I think we
we
should go
yeah.
with that if you
one
all
thing I'd
agree,
like
because
to
I
point
see
out
that rifle in the picture.
No,
one
but
thing I'd
the
like to point out
attacking
is
No,
the
that
I
like
don't
why
attacking
agree
the
the
with you,
person
I
who
also
Avantika.
bought
see
the
the
That's not
picture
the
injured
that
rifle.
guard
I
to
the
think
the
it's a
devices they
bed.
patient,
are using,
so it's better that
they are
we
using a
associate
torch,
him.
so it's not
see,
a
gentlemen,
surgical place.
we need to come at a
Guys,
common
can we
conclusion, right?
listen to person?
So
Someone
Yeah.
is saying it
one
is
thing
not
I
a
would
rifle.
like
I
to
want to know his opinion.
one thing I like to tell is that
Yeah,
we have a
Ankit, that
variety
is
of
not a
themes here,
rifle.
right?
I think that is the bed.
We have
Once
a
listen
Okay,
to
variety
that
of
Aditya's
themes.
That's the
Yes,
rod
opinion.
of the bed.
we have a variety of
Yes,
themes
okay,
here.
Aditya.
that
So first we can do
Machadani
is
Road.
that at least come at a one point that since we have majority of us have considered it as a rifle, and also majority have also perceived him as a guard, and the
Yeah.
other person to
Yes.
be a some doctor. So we can make that theme around there
like
instead of
What I
we can
going
agree
here
also
to
go
and
with
is
there.
that
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 the
they
person
Definitely,
who
are
is
because
he's
injured is
not
a
a
guard
because
who
doctor.
we
Like
clearly
I
see a rifle in
perceive
the picture.
the
I
one
feel
thing
that
like
which I
associating
perceive
the
is
other
that
The
is
person who is
guard
in
rifle
who
a
has
attire
rescued
coat,
the person who
were
has
it is
been
more fitting
attacked
to
by an
not.
what
wild
I
animal.
perceive is that the place were not exactly the that
We
hospital
can
room, right?
also say that
So
the
I
Yes,
guard is
think
of a
exactly.
bank.
It was not
so
a
this person is
surgical.
taken to the
It was
hospital,
like
then
it
he
We can
will
is
not
stage
like
it
taken
a
with
around
the
a
gun.
proper
hospital
hospital.
also,
So
I would say.
we can perceive that it is a first aid of first aid kind of, because in the very first attempt he was helping that person, because it was
We can
not
also
kind
since
of
they
a
are
hospital,
I would
because
like
it
to
was
No,
propose a
it's
pointing
theme.
on a
not a
rightly
hospital.
kind of
If
pointed out
hospital.
I
that
I
would
think
like to
it's
Agree,
propose
but
one
don't
considering
theme,
that
we
the
can
person
consider
is
it as
injured,
a barak
local
or
since
doctor.
the
the
person is
and
injured is a guard.
I
I
would
would
also
I
add one more
I
point.
would like to propose one theme if that guard is an ATM guard. So once
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
can take that main character of story. He was traveling somewhere, but when he saw that there were few theft, they were trying to rob the ATM. He stopped them, and the guard got injured in this
Agreeing
process.
with Ajit, adding
We
one
He
can
more
took him
also
to the
stage it
statement
as a
that
bank
like
robbery
he is
But
since
if
sleeping
it
it
was
is
a
a
bank.
and
bank,
A
Yes,
ATM guy
Alexa,
is
but
I guess
taking
what
the
they
about
guy
will
that
not
to
be
the
Robbery
guarding
child?
to
the
hospital.
the
bank,
So
hospital
so
can be
a
stated as
doctor
a
can
bank of the bank.
easily
And then
available
this
in the
couple, the
storyline.
guard is injured and the manager brought him to the hospital. We can stage it around a bank, a guard who's
like we can
injured
go
in
with
a
the
yes.
bank
scuffle
thing
and
that
is
is
Guys,
the
then
brought
what
into
Into the
about
bank
that
because
child?
Agreeing with
people.
Nikita because that
That's
person, as she said, that he was standing there. So we like perceiving him as a doctor
yeah.
rather
one
than
more
That is
thing I
why
perceiving
it's
as
want
a
to add,
obvious
doctor.
like
that since the
many of you
person
are
isn't
saying that we
operating,
can
we
take it as a
cannot
surgeon.
perceive him as a
So like
doctor. He isn't operating on
he
the
is
patient.
treating the
Okay.
patient with the knife. So I think we don't go with the surgeon theme. Like
Yeah.
he is a,
Yes.
knife in his hand. So let's go with the robbery
Yeah,
theme,
we
that
can base
there
it
is a
around a
robbery going
robbery
on
where the
in the
guard is
showroom or
injured
in a
and the
Okay.
person
ATM,
brought him to the
where
hospital.
the person yeah.
Yes. So but we need to add
That the
more
person
actions,
brought
right?
in the hospital. I think we can add as that 17-year-old child.
Like
So
with
The
his
like
someone.
quick thinking, and he
If
took the
from
also
the
we
start
we
itself
necessary
can
he
go
said
the
actions.
that there is
theme
a robbery
knife
as
and
coming for
as
me.
bullets.
we all are agree on the theme of guard, so we can go with that. And as guard, as the sound of bullet, the neighbor also came there and they helped
We can
to
stage it as
informing
a
the
bank
police
robbery
and
also.
informing the doctor, right? So we can add
Agreeing,
this point also.
agreeing
We
with
can stage it as
Avantika,
a bank robbery
also
also,
want to
where
add
the
one more
person who
point. The
brought him
central
to the
character
guard to the
has also called the
hospital.
police and tried to gather people from the locals, and also he uh, closed the entrance doors so that thieves can't run
No,
from
no.
the.
Like we
Like we
might
can,
deviate away from this. Like
yeah.
we would deviate away from the story because the
If we
guard is
want to
injured.
make our
Yes.
character, the main character, as the person who brought the injured guard to the hospital, so we can say that he used his presence of of mind. Say if a bank robbery happens and the person is a
So we
manager.
can
One
consider
more
the
He,
point I
kid
want to
as
add,
a
like every
witness
one of
who
you say
ran to
are
the
saying that
local
he is a
police station,
surgeon.
Who is
informed
the
the
So
police
liar
over
in
there
the
to
picture?
arrest the
adding
robbers.
one
he
more
used
point
his
to
like
the statement,
presence
guys,
of
like
mind
every one of you saying
immediately.
that the guard was taken to the surgeon, like doctor. So the doctor was has a knife in his hand. So why we go for like injure that person? We
No,
can go
there
with the
might be
thing
a
that
bullet.
they were trying to cut the pocket to get the keys while he was sleeping, and he is when he get entrance into the showroom. the central character
Actually, for
has
Naveen,
Aryan,
here.
one thing I
Aryan,
would like to
we
tell
don't
I
that
give any
don't
we
agree
had
words.
with
We
you,
all the
Aryan.
one thing
roles
I
are
would
so
like to
there
given
tell
is
to
that
the
no
Getting
related on the
deviated
team
by
of
this
the
we
story.
police.
we had already developed on the
Yes.
story which we all agreed
Already
on. We
developed the
have
theme.
went far away with that, so we can continue with that for the betterment of the
Considering
group
the
That
kid
itself.
in
seems
the picture,
relatable
we
to the
can
picture
consider he
too, when the
witnessed
person
and he
is
called
being
the local
operated.
police to the rescue of the to the catching the thieves, while the main character is giving treatment to the
I would
injured.
like to propose a story. If everyone agrees, they can or else add some ideas. I am going with a bank robbery theme here, where the person who brought the injured guard to the hospital was the manager of the bank, and while hearing the guns fire, he immediately called the police. And when the police arrived, he immediately rushed him to the guard. With the guard, he went to the hospital where he was admitted. And due to his presence of mind, that he immediately called the police and took the guard. The guard's life was saved. This
One
is
thing I
a
would
very
not
okay,
agree
second
on
is
is
the
that
I
story
would
waiting
that
for the
also
police
I
to
add
take
agree
the
a
with
small
that
guard to the
the
Naveen,
main
hospital,
thing
right?
character
that you are
I'm
would
not
telling that
wrong,
people
but
are
there is
Like not only the
hospitalizing the
manager,
guard,
but
but
we
there
can
are
add
various
that
other officers which are
police was
present in
called
the
by the
bank.
child because of his quick action.
The
yeah, we can,
just
yeah,
other
like
than
police
the
like
bank
Nikita,
manager,
in
there are
your
other
story,
officers in the
Nikita, in
bank
your
as well.
fine.
story,
There are
who is the
other
main character? The
senior
manager
clerks
who
as
called
well.
the police and the ambulance?
I'm perceiving the person who is in the coat pant as the manager, and I'm
Yes,
taking him
completely
as the
agreeing. But one thing I did not agree is that waiting for the police to come in order to take the guard to the
no, no.
hospital.
The thing is, I'm just trying to make it like, while the scuffle is going on, the guard cannot be like, in order for the guard to move to the
See, but
hospital,
the
the scuffle has to
I
end.
Okay.
agree with Nikita, but when
so we
thieves
can
are there,
add
they
one
couldn't
point
call
in the
them, so the
story
kid
is
is
like
calling the police. So they
Because
are
in
providing
that
first
in
aid.
that point I would
yeah,
like to add one point, Nikita, that you are telling that police are coming, and in meanwhile there is a doctor available who is helping that patient with because we can see that the knife, it is looking like a knife. It's not a surgical 10 blade or any other thing, because we can because the doctors are very expert in this. So as in my story they say that there was a pressure near the lung, so he tried to help him out release the pressure. Like that, we can add this story in
A
between.
bit of modification I would like to do, that instead of like we can say that the guard, in order to protect the bank, he got injured but he was able to get through of the robbers. They went away. We do
Yeah,
need to, instead of like telling that the robbers are still there, we can say that
No, no,
the
Aditya, actually, if he got injured,
आई
he
थिंक
will not
जेडी इज
be
ओवर यार,
able
बहुत
to
ज्यादा डिस्कस
contact
कर
police
लिए.
and ambulance at the same time. So the theme Nikita has suggested is good. That a person who
okay,
is,
so
we
GD is
can say
over.
as a neighbor. I'm
GD is
not
over.
like sure with
Huh.
the manager, but the neighbor who got the sound of bullet, he informed police and the ambulance. If you all agree.
ओके, जेडी इज
Yes,
ओवर.
GD
ओके,
is over.
तो मैं कुछ बोलना चाह रहा हूँ. जेडी खत्म हो गया. ओके, जैसे कि मैं तुम लोग को
Narration is
सुन रहा
left.
था. ओके,
No,
सब
no,
कोई
we
को.
need to nominate one person na pehle.
ओके ओके, नॉमिनेट कर ले.
First, please nominate one person, and then after we'll start with your
ओके,
suggestion.
Okay.
Shrestha, you
निकिता.
I would
are,
love
निकिता.
to nominate Nikita.
Yes, Nikita can narrate.
thank you all for nominating. So here is how our story goes. Sumit was the general manager of a private bank. One day, while the cash was being deposited in the bank, a group of miscreants armed with guns attacked the bank. The guard of the bank fought back. While in the scuffle, he was injured and shot at. Seeing the situation, Sumit immediately called the police. And after this, when the police arrived, Sumit rushed the guard to the nearby hospital, where the doctors treated on the guard and his life was saved, while the police dealt with the miscreants at the bank. Thank you.
If anyone
जैसे
would
कि
like to
मैं कुछ बोलना चाहता हूँ.
हाँ, yes. हाँ.
जैसे कि
Please add to the
तुम लोग
story
सब,
because
ओके, जैसे कि तुम लोग सब ना डिस्कस कर रहे थे व्हाट इज लेड इन द सिचुएशन. ओके, तुम लोग व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन द सिचुएशन कोई कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहा ना. व्हाट इज आउटकम ऑफ द पिक्चर, नो वन कैन टेलिंग अबाउट दिस. मतलब तुम लोग इसी में थे कि बैकग्राउंड ऑफ द स्टोरी क्या है, उसके पीछे का बैकग्राउंड पूरा डिस्कस किए जा रहे हो. पिक्चर दिखाया गया कि वहां पे सर्जरी हो रहा है, तो उस पे तुम लोग बहुत कम बोले. उस पे कोई कुछ बोला ही नहीं.
नहीं बोले थे ना, क्यों नहीं बोले?
I
बस
had
यही
something
बोला
I'd like
कि
to say the basic conclusion of this picture can be that the person being operated, his life is safe.
और एक चीज और मुझे क्लियर नहीं हुआ, जैसे कि तुम लोग ने बहुत कोई डॉक्टर ने बनाया मेन हीरो, तो मेन हीरो कौन है, डॉक्टर है या इन्फॉर्मर है? हु इज मेन हीरो इन द स्टोरी? अभी तक समझ नहीं आया मेरे को।
बेसिकली हम डॉक्टर वाली थीम के साथ डिस्कशन में इसीलिए नहीं गए क्योंकि वो पर्सन जो होता
और
है
एक
ना वो
बात मैं
ऑपरेट
बता रहा
नहीं
हूँ,
करता।
मतलब
तो
अपार्ट फ्रॉम मतलब कि जीडी बता रहा हूँ और ये सब, जैसे कि डॉक्टर का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है पेशेंट को बचाना, उसने उसने कोई भी तीर नहीं मारा है। ओके, यू आर नॉट सीकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, ये तो डॉक्टर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, पुलिस का काम है चोर को पकड़ना, तो कुछ एक्स्ट्रा नहीं किया है उसने तुम्हें।
बट हमारी
जैसे कि
एक मिनट आकाश, हमारी स्टोरी में तो वो हीरो था ही नहीं।
हमारी स्टोरी में ना पुलिस
ये
को
बच्चा
मेन
वो किसी ने
कैरेक्टर बनाया
परसीव ही
था ना
नहीं किया,
डॉक्टर को।
ये जो स्टूडेंट दिख रहा था ये
हमने
क्या है?
उसे एज ए बच्चा परसीव नहीं
इसको
किया।
नहीं आकाश भाई,
Like I
इसको मैनेजर
understand
बनाया
he's
गया है।
a
आकाश,
college
ओके,
इसको
एक मिनट,
बैंक मैनेजर
आर्यन,
बनाया।
अंकित एक मिनट, अंकित एक मिनट। अगर आपने पार्ट किया होता तो आपको पता चलता। एक्चुअली मेरा भी उतना पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं था, बट निकिता ने ये जो स्टूडेंट लग रहा है वो स्टूडेंट नहीं, उसने एज ए मैनेजर उसको परसीव किया बैंक
बट
का।
देखो
और
मैनेजर अगर
उसने
होता ना तो इसका बीएड वगैरह होता, मतलब
उसको
थोड़ा एज ज्यादा
जरूरी
लगता,
है ऐसा?
मतलब क्लियरली लग रहा है यार,
like
18
मतलब वो
18
बच्चा
19
लग
साल
रहा
का
है
बच्चा है। अगर तुम
अभी
इसको
आकाश।
हाई लेवल स्टोरी बना रहे हो, मतलब कि ये कह के कि नहीं बच्चा है ही नहीं, मैं नहीं मानूंगा, तो अलग बात है। बट बच्चा को तुम लोग क्लियरली मतलब
लाइक थोड़ा
पिक्चर से
फॉर्मल
हटा
वियर
रहे
है,
हो।
सो कह सकते हैं कि किसी कॉलेज पार्टी या फंक्शन से लौट रहा है या ऐसा
स्कूल
कुछ।
स्टूडेंट है यार, कोई भी एंगल से
Like
स्कूल
मैनेजर नहीं लग
स्टूडेंट
20,
या
रहा।
22 एज
कॉलेज
के
का फर्स्ट
अराउंड।
ईयर स्टूडेंट बोल सकते हैं,
नहीं,
लाइक
मेरे को
ये
18 to
कोई
स्कूल
19।
भी
स्टूडेंट तो
एंगल
नहीं
से,
लग रहा।
चलो कॉलेज फर्स्ट ईयर का बच्चा, ज्यादा ज्यादा सेकेंड ईयर का होगा, उससे
बस
ज्यादा एजेड
इससे
नहीं है
इससे
ये
ज्यादा
बच्चा।
एज नहीं लग रहा है, ये एग्रीइंग विद आकाश।
मैक्स टू मैक्स 20 साल
Yeah,
होगा इसका, मैक्स टू मैक्स
yeah, I
हाँ
मैं
agree
भाई।
बोलूँ
with you,
तो।
Akash. I agree
In
तो
my
with
तुम
you.
लोग इस
opinion, it's
बच्चे
more
को
like a
लाए ही
tat
नहीं,
picture.
इस
Tat का
बच्चे को
है,
तुम,
या इट्स लाइक अ टैग पिक्चर।
हाँ
tat picture.
पीपीडीटी का तो नहीं है, ये टेट का ही है। और ये
और ये
मतलब जो बच्चा को
पिक्चर
रखा गया है
देखो,
आगे, कुछ सोच रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है ना कि
नहीं
कुछ सोच रहा है
बच्चा का तुम लोग
और
कोई
पीछे
मेंशन
इसके
ही नहीं
दिमाग में चल
किए,
रहा है कुछ।
मतलब
मतलब
बच्चा
कोई
को
इंसान
कोई लाया
ऐसे
ही नहीं।
मतलब भाई बात तो सुनो, ये कोई इंसान ऐसे कैसे कर सकता है कि मतलब पीछे ऑपरेशन चल रहा है, वो पीठ मोड़ के खड़ा है आगे, मतलब ऐसा लग रहा
अरे
है ना
वो
कुछ सोच रहा है वो तो पीछे।
आइडियल
सोच रहा है
जो भी
कुछ
हो
भी
अब।
करो, बट
आइडियल स्टोरी
देखो
क्या होनी चाहिए?
इसमें देखो आइडियल
भाई
स्टोरी कुछ नहीं होगी, बट हाँ पिक्चर परसेप्शन डिस्कशन टेस्ट का मतलब ये है परसेप्शन, तुम लोग बच्चों को
भाई
परसीव ही नहीं कर रहे हो।
नहीं 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 नहीं,
नहीं,
सुनो,
मैंने तो किया था
मेरा
भाई,
आपने
मेरा
बच्चा
मेरा सुना
परसीव
था
किया,
किसी ने,
किसी
मैंने क्या
और ने
किया था।
नहीं किया। देयर इज नो कंपल्शन के सबको स्टूडेंट ही उसको परसीव करना है, और सबके हिसाब से अपनी अपनी स्टोरी आइडियल ही थी आदित्य। बट द थिंग इज
हाँ हाँ
जीडी में यू आर नॉट एबल टू कन्विंस आकाश बाकी लोगों को। इफ यू आर एबल टू
नहीं नहीं
कन्विंस ना,
नहीं
तो उस
नहीं,
टाइम
देखो
आपकी
देखो
स्टोरी
मैं
आप
ये कह
उस
रहा हूँ
टाइम
ना,
आप कन्विंस करते ना कि दिस इज अ स्टूडेंट। लाइक मैंने तो ये स्टूडेंट देखा ही नहीं था, मैं तो पीछे वाली, दिस इज माय फॉल्ट आई नो, मैं तो पीछे वाली थीम पे ही फोकस कर रही थी और वो राइफल दिख रही थी मेरे को। तो ये
और मैं
स्टूडेंट
एक
एक्चुअली
पॉइंट,
आई मिस्ड इट। बट अगर आपने जीडी
एक
के टाइम बोला होता ना तो शायद पॉइंट आता।
एक
Like I
पॉइंट
have
और मैं
mentioned
बोल
it,
लूंगा,
like he was a college student.
मैं एक और पॉइंट ऐड करूं?
एक पॉइंट
एक
और
और
मैं
पॉइंट।
बोलना चाह रहा हूँ। ओके, जैसे कि आई नो कि सबका अपना अपना परसेप्शन है, ओके, बट अगर जो भी बंदा पिक्चर से बाहर जाएगा पीपीडीटी में, वो घर आएगा, चाहे तुम कितना
वो
भी
कोई
अच्छे
गया
परफॉर्म।
नहीं था आज की जीडी में, कोई पिक्चर से बाहर कहाँ गया कोई।
जीडी में नहीं, स्टोरी में। जीडी तो होता ही नहीं है रिपीटर ग्रुप में।
नरेशन।
नरेशन भी सबको ओके होता है भाई, नरेशन में किसी को प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती है, मेन गेम चेंजर होता है स्टोरी।
हाँ स्टोरी, वही
स्टोरी
I
स्टोरी जो
would
में,
like
लिखोगे वही तो
to
नरेट
add
करोगे।
one more
और
point.
और दिस इज अ टेस्ट ऑफ परसेप्शन एंड ऑब्जर्वेशन। ओके, अगर यहाँ गलती करोगे तो फिर पहला ही कदम गलत पड़ गया तो स्टोरी तो ऑलरेडी गलत हो गई ना फिर।
मैं
मतलब
एक और
सिखा रहा
पॉइंट
हूँ
ऐड
मैं कि
करना चाह एक और
मतलब
पॉइंट ऐड
एक
करना
शुभ
प्लीज
चाहती हूँ।
थी,
ज्योति प्लीज, एक मिनट आकाश,
आई
एक मिनट
थिंक।
वेट करते
बिल्कुल
हैं। हाँ,
बिल्कुल।
ज्योति इज ट्राइंग टू सेइंग समथिंग बहुत टाइम से, प्लीज
ओके,
ज्योति।
हाँ, सो अब सब लोगों ने एक चीज नोटिस नहीं की, दैट दैट इज नॉट अ 10 ब्लेड। इफ यू सी, वो जो कर रहा है वो चाकू से कर रहा है, एंड उसके बगल में जो इंसान है वो उसको टॉर्च दिखाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, सो दैट ही कैन सी क्लियरली। एंड इट इज नॉट अ सर्जिकल काइंड ऑफ, कोई ऐसा प्लेस नहीं है जो हॉस्पिटल में जो रियल में से सर्जरी करते हैं, वैसा कोई प्लेस नहीं है। इट्स नॉट अ हॉस्पिटल फॉर इट इज क्लियरली शोइंग दैट इट्स नॉट अ हॉस्पिटल, बिकॉज हॉस्पिटल के जो सर्जरी रूम होता है उसके पीछे खिड़की कभी नहीं होती है, कभी कभी भी खिड़की नहीं होती है कोई भी ऑपरेशन रूम में। एंड
बट
दिस इज एक्चुअली फर्स्ट टाइम, लाइक जो फर्स्ट एड करते हैं, तो जो फर्स्ट रिएक्शन होता है हमारा फर्स्ट एड देने का होता है, वो रिएक्शन है ये। That's what I pursued, and I
आई
see that
टोटली
clearly.
एग्री विद ज्योति। और मैंने भी ये चीज नोटिस किया था कि ये हॉस्पिटल का सीन हो भी सकता, नहीं भी हो सकता, लेकिन वो उसका असिस्टेंट हेल्पर है जिसको टॉर्च
मे भी
दिखा रहा
कोई
है, हो सकता है
हाँ,
मे
कोई
बी
जैसे वो
लाइट ना
बच्चा
हो।
हेल्प कर रहा है, वो किसी कोई और भी हेल्प कर रहा होगा ना। जैसे लाइक लोग आ जाते हैं सब एक साथ हेल्प करने के लिए, तो वो भी टॉर्च पकड़ के हेल्प कर रहा होगा डॉक्टर का।
या
सो इट कैन बी दैट, but this is not a surgical room, because I have seen operation rooms, I have seen doctors performing, and this is not how a doctor performs a surgery.
See, one thing I'd like to add here, while we were on the part of discussion, one thing that we all agreed was that the person being operated was a guard. So coming to the point
Yeah.
of student, when it came that okay, now the our aim was to relate the student in the picture and to the guard, like वो guard student और वो कहाँ जो भी operate हो रहा है कैसे treat हो रहा है. I couldn't relate it कि a student just saw a guard injured and brought him to the hospital. So I went ahead with कि a person is well dressed. So I thought कि चलो एक बैंक का अगर background लेते हैं तो person can be a manager. This was my perception. We all can have different perception, but at the discussion part, these points I
नहीं नहीं,
Like
मैं वो नहीं कह रहा निकिता कि तुम्हारा परसेप्शन गलत है। देखो कोई भी स्टोरी सही और गलत नहीं होती है, बट इस पिक्चर पे क्या सही है वो मैटर करता है ना। वो बच्चा दिख रहा है, ओके, तुम उसको ऐसे नहीं बोल सकती कि वो मैनेजर है, या फिर ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते वो 30 साल का बंदा है, वो 20 साल का, तुम उसको
my
स्टूडेंट लो,
perception
कॉलेज का
of
सेकेंड
a
ईयर का
student.
स्टूडेंट है।
That's why I went ahead with that.
तो
And
पर
परसेप्शन तो डिफरेंट हो सकता है। पीछे वो खिड़की की जगह मेरे को क्या बोलते हैं कैबिनेट दिख रहे हैं, और मैं जो
नहीं नहीं, वो ठीक है, वो सब ठीक है, जैसे कि
और
तुम
मैं एक से
बेसिकली वहां पे
मैं
ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म हो रहा है, अगर तुम इसको स्टोरी में ला रहे हो ना, दैट इज द सिचुएशन जो तुमको दिखाया गया है कि कुछ ऑपरेशन या सर्जन है उस पे काम कर रहे हैं, मतलब उस बंदे पे। मे बी हॉस्पिटल हो सकता है, मे बी कोई घर हो सकता है, या प्राइमरी हेल्थ केयर सेंटर हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, एनीथिंग। बट अगर तुम बच्चे को ही अवॉइड कर दे रहे हो, इसका मतलब क्या है कि तुम
पीछे
यही चीज है आकाश,
प्री
मैंने
कंसीव्ड
पक्का
स्टोरी
नहीं
लिख रहे हो।
परसीव किया है उसको.
दैट मीन्स यू आर राइटिंग प्री कंसीव्ड स्टोरी अकॉर्डिंग टू द एसेसर। हाँ,
And
कि
Aditya,
तुम
I would like to add one more point about the cabinet. अगर cabinet होते तो उधर कुछ ना कुछ bottles या कुछ तो लगाते, like something to show that it is a storage place बोल के. पर उधर कुछ ऐसा लगा ही नहीं. It is blank, so it is like it is looking like a. I mean, I have perceived that it is looking like a window to me. So, but if it is a cabinet, उसके अंदर कुछ तो लगाएंगे ना, कुछ तो shape बनाएंगे.
नो व्हाट आई एम
I
ट्राइंग टू टेल
perceived
दैट
like that.
It could be a makeshift
it
MI
can be
though.
it
I
can be
would like
anything,
to
like we have
I would
different
like to say something.
कुछ भी हो सकता है भाई, वो खिड़की भी हो सकती है, कई बार खिड़कियां खाली होती हैं,
because
जरूरी नहीं कुछ
see
रखा हो
I am
उसमें।
from नॉन बायो बैकग्राउंड, सो
एक किसी ने
वो नाइफ को मैं
स्टोरी
अभी
बनाई थी।
सर्जिकल नाइफ और नाइफ के बीच में डिफरेंस मुझे
Okay,
कैसे
so
पता चलेगा?
here मैं आकाश का पॉइंट या निकिता का पॉइंट या आदित्य का या अंकित का पॉइंट, आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि ही इज राइट और शी इज राइट, बट व्हाट आई परसीव मैं पहले वो बता देती हूँ, देन आफ्टर वी कैन गो विद इंडिविजुअल्स परसेप्शन, राइट? बिकॉज मैंने आई वॉज नॉट फोकस ऑन दिस, जो आगे जो स्टूडेंट बोल रहे हो या जो एक यंग बॉय दिख रहा है, मेरा उस पर नहीं गया था। मेरा व्हाट एकदम से मेरा ध्यान गया था वो जो पीछे सर्जरी चल रही है, यहाँ पे जो राइफल रखी है, दैट्स वाई मैंने ना एक गांव में ये फायरिंग हुई है और वो वाला पॉइंट बनाया था, बिकॉज मेरे को भी ये पॉइंट जो पूरा रूम है वो एग्जैक्ट सर्जरी प्लेस नहीं लगा था, तो मैंने इसको इस तरह से ही बनाया था कि गांव में सर्जरी हुई है और ये वो मतलब मैंने उस टाइप का पॉइंट बनाया था। और एक और किसी ने विश करके कोई है, शी ऑल्सो
यस यस,
है ना, उसने भी
उसी की
बहुत अच्छा
स्टोरी।
पॉइंट रखा था। एक मिनट आकाश, उसने भी बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट रखा था कि ना फॉरेस्ट गार्ड है, वो उसने डॉक्टर पूरा अरेंजमेंट किया है, अटैक्ड बाय द टाइगर, सो दैट वाज मतलब वो थीम भी मुझे काफी अच्छी लगी थी। अदर तो फिर बाकी फिर आपका आपका जो परसेप्शन है वो रखते हैं।
यस, आई एग्री विद अवंतिका, क्योंकि उसने फॉरेस्ट गार्ड बोला ना, तो उसके पास गन हो सकता है, और वो गन जस्टिफाई करेगा फिर पिक्चर को।
Yeah, Shreya, your hand raising ना, आप बोलो श्रेया.
Yes, I would like to see जो time है, he can soldier and they are wounded
आपकी
one
आवाज ब्रेक हो रही है श्रेया.
may I मैं मैसेज दूं?
You can type also if there is some network issues.
सो
बोलो भाई
जेंटलमैन
कमल।
मुझे भाई मुझे क्या लगता है ना कि ये सब जो है मतलब दे आर एंगेज इन सम सीक्रेट मिशन एंड दिस इज आई थिंक नॉट अ मैन, शी इज अ लेडी मे बी, एंड शी इज कमांडिंग, मतलब वो कोई सीक्रेट ऑप्शन मतलब जो सीक्रेट मिशन है उसकी ये हेड है। और ये चीजें जो हो रही है एक आई थिंक एक क्लोज रूम में तो हो रही है, और जो ये टॉर्च की लाइट है ये सन रेज की तरह मुझे मतलब मुझे दिख रही है, जो कुल जैसे वो बोलते हैं ना बंद कमरे में से जब सन की रेज आती है, तो ये मेरे ख्याल से कोई सीक्रेट मिशन टाइप से लग रहा है मुझे, और वहां ये इंजर्ड हो
लेडी
गया
कहाँ
है।
है? लेडी कहाँ
I
है
have
भाई जिसका ऑपरेशन हो रहा है वो?
ना ना ना, लेडी वो है जो यहाँ पे खड़ी है,
वो जो स्टूडेंट हम
जिसको
जो
आप बॉय
स्टूडेंट बोल
बॉय
रहे थे
बोल
ना
रहे
वो
हो ना
उसमें
वो।
लेडी पर्सन।
हाँ वो आई थिंक वो
अच्छा
बॉय
बॉय
नहीं है,
कट।
वो लेडी है।
अच्छा बॉय कट वाली इतना मीठा लग रहा है तुमको, मतलब सॉरी इतना चिकना लग रहा है।
हाँ वही
हो
चीज, हाँ
सकता है।
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ
हो,
ना।
हो,
कुछ भी
हो सकता है।
हाँ बिकॉज